Hello YouTube, it's Lion here with Hobbies of a Man once again, and today we are doing another haul video. Now I am calling these haul videos instead of manga hauls because I want to switch it up for 2021 and I want to be able to cover all of the things that I want to cover in the haul video, like all the different types of hobbies, without feeling like I'm falsely advertising by calling it a manga haul. Manga and light novels will be the first thing that we talk about in the haul videos. So you guys can just watch that and leave if that's what you're up to. Or I'm actually going to leave the chapter things in the description so you guys can hover over the video and you can see where all the divisions are and just pick the one you want to watch. I'm going to cover manga and light novels, books and comics, Gunpla whenever I get some models, which might not be every time, but hopefully pretty often. And fountain pens and fountain pen ink if I ever end up getting any. Most of them are going to be shown in this video, so I will make sure to leave the divisions on the or the chapters of the video up on the description so you guys can change it up as you like. Yeah, so let's just jump into it. So the first thing I got this month, manga and light novel wise, and they're really not in order, it's just like the first thing that came to mind, are the two digital things that I bought this month, which were the light novels. So I bought I Shall Survive Using Potions Volume 1 and How Not to Summon a Demon Lord Volume 1 as well. I already read I Shall Survive Using Potions and it was a really great read. The character is really sassy and the art style is really cute and it kind of has a nice, like, not really relaxed atmosphere to the read, but a very like funny, cozy feel to the read. And it's really nice. I really enjoy it. Now, I'm going to tell you about the manga that I bought from my local used bookstore, sorry. And it's only 3, and then I'll tell you about the stuff that I bought new. So, the first thing I bought used was Radiant, Volume 1. This is, well, I'm not really sure. It's about some wizards fighting some other people, so I guess it's kind of like fairy tale. But it's written by Tony Vellante, who is a French mangaka. Which is cool, and I want to read his stuff to see if it's any interesting. I think this is a Shonen Jump title. I actually don't know. Or Shonen Jump did something with it. I don't remember, but it's cool. The art style is kind of reminiscent, or not really the art style. The character design is kind of reminiscent to Natsu or Shiki from Fairy Tail and Eden Zero, and I like that a lot. But yeah, I don't really have that much to say about this. I just picked it up on a whim because it looks kind of cool. And I'm really excited to get into it. Next, I got Nisekoi, Volume 1. This is Nisekoi False Love. And I like the art style. I like the cover. I know that they changed the colors of each cover, which is cool. I like that because I really hate when it's all white. I like it when it's all black, but Viz just picks white covers for manga way too often, and I don't really like it. But I picked this up mostly because Alex from Tensai Books always mentions that Nisekoi is the nearest thing to side character that he can think of. And I wanted to check that out now that I had the opportunity to buy a used copy, which is actually in really nice condition. Like, not gonna lie, this is a really good condition book. It doesn't really have any yellowing except at the top, and it's not really much. And the last thing I bought at the local used bookstore was this manga called Nirvana, which seems to be some sort of isekai story, but I picked it up because I really like the art. It has a really nice kind of cutesy vibe to it, but the story sounds kind of sinister. Don't really know much about it though. Next, all of the rest of the stuff that I'm going to show you I bought brand new, although some of it was really severely discounted because it was like the bargain price stuff at Books A Million that they just kind of had overstock of and they wanted to get rid of before the end of the year. So the first 3 things I picked up were Volume 6, 7, and 8 of Eden Zero. And yeah, Eden Zero is probably the best, or at least my favorite series that I've read this year. I've already read up to the 6th volume, and I'm looking forward to getting the 9th. And I think the 10th one comes out in February, so I'm really looking forward to getting that as well. I mean, Fairy Tail was one of my favorite series growing up, and it's one that I really like even now. And Eden Zero is kind of like the spiritual successor of it by the same author, as well as a development of characters and his art style that really is turning out to be really impactful and really interesting, and I really enjoy how it looks and feels. I really like this cover a lot because of this character here called Valkyrie. I think she's really interesting, although we don't know much about her yet. But yeah, Hiro Mashima is doing amazing work with the art style and with the storytelling in Eden Zero, and I definitely recommend everyone check it out. Now, the next thing I got was Dragon Goes House Hunting, which I don't know much about, but I just thought it was a funny concept, and so I picked it up to see if it's an enjoyable read. I am definitely thinking that this is going to be kind of a softer, cozy slice of life manga, which I'm looking forward to if it is. But if it's not, I'll probably just sell it off. I didn't really spend all that much money on this. It was basically 60% off, I guess. Yeah, 13, yeah. It was about 60% off, which is great. The other thing that I bought was Golden Time, which is by the creative Toradora, although the art here is made by someone else, I think. And this is about some rom-com that happens in law school. I don't know if it's related to Toradora or Evergreen, which is the other title that the creator made, or what, but it sounds cool, and it was also really discounted, about 60% off, so I didn't really feel bad about picking it up and then deciding I didn't like it later on. And yeah, the last thing I picked up manga-wise is My Dress Up Darling. Now, I picked it up because of Based Senpai. He has done a lot of videos about it, or a lot of videos where he talks about it, and I wanted to pick it up and see if he was right about it being a really cute, kind of wholesome, ecchi series, which is kind of oxymoronic, but it does seem like it from, you know, flipping through the pages and the idea that I picked up from reading the, the description. But yeah, I'm really excited to see what this is about. So that's all the manga that I picked up. And now we are going to talk about Gunpla. Now, I do want to make more Gunpla videos on the channel. But yeah, I got two Gunpla models this month. I got this Saku 2 SD Gundam, which is a super deformed. It's basically chibi versions of Gundam models. And yeah, I don't really actually know anything about Gundam. I've never watched the series like an adult. I watched it when I was a little kid, but I don't really know anything about it. I just like the models and how they look. I will watch some Gundam series at one point or read the manga, but I don't know when that will be. But I like these models, and I think the Saku is one of the guys from the original series. Although I thought in the original series he was green. I don't really know why this one is pink, but it looks pretty cool, and I'm really excited. I do want to get the cross silhouette frame, which is a larger size frame that kind of makes them not look as small and adds more articulation to the series, or to the model, sorry. But I didn't really feel like buying it at the time, so I'll just leave it at that. And then the next one I bought was this Gundam Age 1 Full Glasna. I think that's what it's called. Which is from Gundam Age, which I don't know anything about either. But this one looks really, really awesome. I was going to pick this other one that you guys can see back here. That was like, it could turn into a jet. And I thought that was really cool, but I like this one better because I like the color scheme quite a bit. And I thought this looked nicer and more comparable to the original RX-78, I think is what the original model was called. So I wanted to pick it up and see what that was all about. But yeah, I have a local Gundam store nearby. It's actually right next to my local used bookstore, so I'll probably end up going there pretty often. I'm not really sure if that's true or not, but I will try to go there at least once a month and pick out at least one model, even if it's like a little, you know, cheap $15 or less model. Although Gunpla actually is a lot more expensive than I thought originally, because a lot of videos that I saw usually said that Gunpla models in the HG line were around $15 to $20, and then I went to the store and all of them were upwards of $20. So I'm not really sure if that's due to inflation and COVID, or if the videos were outdated or what. But I am excited to get into the hobby and check out more about it and kind of figure out if I like Gundam, the TV show, and video games and stuff or not. But yeah. Okay, so before we get into the book section, which is going to be quite big, I got a lot of books this month. I did want to talk about fountain pens really quickly. So I got a Platinum Preppy, which is this nice small beginner's pen that you can buy basically anywhere. Amazon sells them for around $5 or maybe $8. I don't remember, but yeah, this is a very basic pen, as you guys can see right there. It has a very small nib, and that's because this is an extra fine 0.3 nib, 0.3 millimeters, which is really tiny. And this is a Japanese pen, and this is black, and it also comes with black ink, which is probably the best part. It comes with a cartridge, so you can basically plug and play, or buy and play, I guess, and you can start writing with it. And you can modify this where you put an O-ring and some silicone grease and then fill the whole thing and have like a really large supply of ink, which is pretty awesome. So that's it for that. Okay, so book-wise, I got 2 physical books and then a bunch of digital books. So the first book that I got was The Sword in the Storm by David Gemmell. This is because I was at my local used bookstore buying all the manga, and I came across this in the adult fantasy section, and I was interested in it because David Gemmell is a author that inspired Michael Scott Oral a lot. And given that he is the first author that I read in Hamlet, and that I really like his series, Tamer mostly, out of the 3 that I've read, Tamer and Star Justice, I wanted to check out the person that inspired him a lot to see where his inspirations came from and what that kind of means, and to see if I could find any similarities between Michael Scott Earl's work and the people that inspired him, which is cool. And then today, the 28th, 27th, I don't know what day it is, but I was at the local used bookstore to pick up a book for my dad, and I ran across this, Battle Royale, the novel. This is actually, I could have talked about this in the Japanese section, but it's not a light novel. It's a proper, Western style novel. And yeah, it's really cool. Basically, Battle Royale is like the original survival game, as it says right there. And it's basically a Japanese version of Hunger Games, or the Hunger Games is a Western version of Battle Royale. Apparently the manga is super gory and super crazy, and a lot of people like it, but I personally didn't want to read it in the manga because 1, I like the source material better, and 2, because the manga is crazy expensive and impossible to get. It's also not something I want to waste my money on when I can buy series that are really easy to get. So that's it for the physical stuff. For digital books, I got way too many, around 20-something digital books, because a lot of authors were giving out books this month. The first 3 that I got were Mike Truck's books for the series. I actually don't know the name of it, but the series is 4 T's. It's the Sim Sum series or something like that. I don't remember what it's called, but I'll put the pictures of the covers up here so you guys can see them. And yeah, he was giving out the first 3 because he released the latest book in that series, which seems to be like his big series, on the 25th of December, and the whole day he was giving out the first 3 books for free, and I thought that was really awesome. I picked them up, and I did take a peek at volume 1 and started reading the first chapter, and it looks really good. It's really interesting. The character seems to be kind of wimpy, but I think that he'll evolve and get much better because it is a Hamlet series, and at some point your main character has to be relatively OP to kind of justify having a harem. So yeah, I really like the covers for that series. They look really nice. There's this, like, I don't want to say lava girl, but like Phoenix from X-Men, a girl that kind of looks like her. And then the latest, and then one of them has a girl with a maid outfit, which is really cool. And then I don't remember the next one, but it's a really interesting series from what I understand. And a lot of people seem to like it, so I picked up the books, and I'm excited about it. And then a bunch of lit RPG authors were getting together to kind of give out a bunch of books, and I picked up around 18 of them. I'm not going to talk about all of them, but I think the one that I found most interesting was Daughter of No Worlds, because the main character on it looks kind of like the girl from Monogatari. What's her name? Shinobu, which is cool. I really like that. And yeah, the last things I got digitally were MSC's Tamer, King of Dinosaurs, book 3, 4, and 5, which you will see on the screen now. And yeah, that's basically everything I bought this month. I didn't actually spend as much money as I thought I would be spending, and bought as many things as I thought I would be buying. But it's actually pretty cool, and it was really nice, and I didn't end up wasting as much money as I thought, which is always a plus. Mostly because there was a bunch of books for free. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below. Let me know what you picked up, and let me know what you thought about the video. I haven't been in front of the camera for a while, so that's kind of why I felt a little off, I guess. At least I felt off while recording it, so I do apologize for that. I hope you guys don't mind too much and enjoy the video anyways. But yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and see you guys later.